Eight, seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Round 7 Footy Show. I am your host, your king, your prince, your prince, Johnny Carlton. And if there's a prince, there must be a king. King of the North, how are you, my friends?
G'day, Johnny Carlton. G'day, Chris C. G'day, everybody on the chat and TikTok.
How are you? Oh, sorry, go.
And our other former CEO, he's our buddy, we love him. He's our big man. He's from Adelaide. Chris C, how are you, my friends?
I'm doing fantastic, mate. Especially after the grilling I gave Hawthorn and they gave me back. I feel fantastic.
You know what you look like right now, Chris C?
What do I look like?
You look like John Cena winning his 17th title. You just look phenomenal.
I do. Oh,
You do.
And that's how I felt. That's how I felt after the Hawthorn game, like I felt like John Cena,
Yeah.
Getting the Cody Rhodes. It was a beautiful thing.
Love it. All right. Well, we're a bit delayed, so firstly, sorry to our HFD family. We said 8:30, but
sorry, guys.
We had a little bit of technical tears behind the screen. So
and
we're here.
And welcome TikTok as well.
And welcome TikTok. We can't forget TikTok. King of the North.
Yep.
Do you want to read us our Thursday night scores, please? And we'll get right into it.
Oh, geez. There we go. Yeah, we will. All right. Let's have a look.
Wait,
the stats,
guys.
man.
Christos Anesti and Happy Easter to everyone as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Good man. Christos Anesti. And happy Easter to everyone out there.
Hope it was a good one.
All right, we go all the way back to Thursday night, the 17th of April, which seemed like a year ago, but it was the Lions versus the Pies. And the Pies got away with the win 105-53. It was a 52-point flogging to Collingwood.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't watch last week, Johnny Carlton's not been good with his bold calls, but this bold call was on top. And Chris C, he was like, but it's at the Gabba. Like they're not the same. Brisbane don't have, like, they're full. They don't have injuries. Like, I don't think Collingwood's going to win. Well, mate, I proved you wrong, and I proved the doubters wrong too. I told you Brisbane will get their first loss, and King of the North went on my side too. So, King, we did well. But, yes, Collingwood did win. My bold call did succeed, so we're pretty happy about that. First of all, I want to let Chris C talk about it first, and then King of the North, you can go up to Chris C, and I'll end with it. But Chris C, Did you watch this game? Did you go, oh shit, Johnny was right?
I was actually with the Big V. I don't know if you guys know who the Big V is, but I helped him out. He came over. He was visiting Adelaide for 2 weeks, and I was helping him film a food challenge at Capiris Land. So I didn't get to watch all of it. I did watch a bit of the last quarter, but I was very shocked to see that Collingwood were in front by a lot when I got home, and it was actually quite I was upset because I'm trying to get ahead of you in the tips, and you got me again. So Collingwood looked good. Dacos, I mean, that was probably his best game he's played in the last, I don't know, since. Well, probably since 2023, I'm guessing. That's probably his best game. He just was on fire. And, Brisbane just had no answers. A lot of people said that Brisbane were that team that came from behind in pretty much every game this year. But when they went up against a really good side in Collingwood, it just wasn't enough, and they couldn't do it. So, is it concerns for Brisbane? Look, I did say last week they're probably the best team in it, but now that you sit down and think about it, they're probably not. So, it's interesting. It's very interesting, but Collingwood do look good. They do look good. What I fear about Collingwood is they do have a lot of older players in their list. Can they go the full distance of the season? Can their veterans stand up to the end of the season? Can they keep going? I mean, I know they did in 2023, but can they do it this year? It's yet to be seen, but they're in a good spot. They're in a very good spot, and I think right now we could call them premiership favourites at this moment. Long way to go, though. There's a long way to go, but they're going well.
I got an early question. I don't know if it's a question or not, but do you think Pendlebury and Sidebottom both retire at the end of the year?
They're so good, aren't they? Like when they're up and firing, they're really good. So it's hard to say, man. Like it's the same with my team, like Boki. Like he can play some really good footy. Just depends. It's up to them. If they can keep going, then take them. But as a club, you got to think of the future as well. How long do these guys have? Are they one injury away from retirement? That's the kind of questions you got to ask yourself. It's the same with Boki at Port Adelaide. So, it's a tough one, man. I would be keeping. I'd be keeping both of them. The way they're playing now, I'll be keeping both of them. But at the end of the season, things could change. So, if their body starts to break down and they can't, depends how they get managed as well. If they manage them properly, then they should be fine. But we'll see, man. I think I'll keep them. But
King of the North, you trusted in Johnny Carlton's bold call, and it paid off.
Yep.
Did you watch this game, and were you happy with the result? Were you happy that you trusted in Johnny Carlton, and you're like, bang, tip on the board?
I actually did a watch along for this one, so I did watch it. Yeah, and for the way that the Maggies dismantled Brisbane at home was very impressive. 16 goals, 9. So and McStay with 3 goals, 1, and Elliott with 2 goals, 3. Just really impressive. They work as a really good unit, and they get down the field very well. So very impressed that they can get over 100 at the Gabba. And, they're going to be dangerous. They're coming back to Melbourne. They got some MCG games, so they're going to do really well there. But just to Just really, really, really impressive the last couple of weeks. And to your question, I think Side Bottom's probably playing his best footy that he's played in a while this season. So he's going really well. And another good win to Collingwood.
Well, I actually agree with you. I actually think Side Bottom, he's probably played his best footy in a while, to be honest. And Pendlebury, he's just carrying along game by game. So I don't think they're ready to go. Yeah, I reckon if they do make finals or if they win the grand final, they'll go an extra year. They'll guarantee go an extra year. But look, it's only round 7. A lot can happen in the next couple of months. But for now, I think they're not going anywhere. But yeah, look, regarding to the game, why did Johnny Carlton have this bold call? I just knew, like, the way Collingwood have been playing, like, I've seen them. I've been to a couple of their games. I knew what they were about, and I knew this game Brisbane would struggle without Joey Danaher. This was the first game I saw Brisbane, and I was like, wow, they need Joey Danaher in that forward line. Like, they are missing him heaps. Hipwood got shut down. Rayner was too angry with off-ball things. It just wasn't working. And as I said, like, Collingwood small forwards this year have been elite. Like, Elliott, Schultz, who's not playing but has been elite. Bobby Hill, he's so exciting to watch. McCreary, they just keep getting better and better. And like Nick Dacos and Josh Dacos, to Dacos boys, they just keep getting better and better. Like Josh is killing it. Nick just had a game of his year, so like there's definitely 3 votes there. But as I said, what Chris C said, like they're in premiership form at the moment, and I just don't think anyone can stop them. Like they went to the Gabba, and it was basically Collingwood from the start to the finish. That's how it was. I did not see Brisbane winning it at all. They were just too good. And yeah, look, as I said, I knew this was coming. I had a feeling, and I stuck with my gut, and my gut was right. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff, man.
Wow.
I wish I went.
I
went with my gut.
Yeah, mate. You got to listen to Johnny Carlton, mate. When he does his bold calls, mate. Come on.
I know.
Well, Friday night, you two went behind my back and tipped North Melbourne. Now, King of the North, do you want to read out?
Never again.
This is even worse.
Do you want to read out the scores, King of the North? Read the scores.
All right. 24-9, 153 to 11-5-71. An 82-point win to Carlton, and never tipping North Melbourne again.
I think Chris said the same thing. I think Chris said the same thing after the game finished. I don't think he's tipping North ever again as well. Well, Chris C, we'll start with you. You thought North Melbourne was going to win this, so please tell me. Please tell me why.
Look, man, I don't know. Like, I like the way North had played the last few weeks. Apart from that Sydney game, I thought they're building. I thought Carlton was struggling a little bit, even against West Coast. Thought in that first half they were struggling, but man, was I wrong? And they proved to me that they're shit, and Carlton are a lot better than I anticipated. So, I just don't know where North is going, guys. Like, if you're a North supporter, I've got a friend called Musa. We know who Musa is. I feel for him, man. I do feel for him. There's so much promise in this season, and to deliver what they've delivered so far, you got to be pretty disappointed. They played a Melbourne team that's it's probably the worst Melbourne team they've had in like how many years. I know they won on the weekend, but that's all they've done really. It just doesn't seem like. I think David King said it like what did he say? He said like it's just it just keeps getting worse and worse each year. Like they can never go like for it. There's no improvement. Like they're still bottom. They're still bottom. What are they bottom 2? I reckon on the ladder. So
Yeah.
it's disappointing, man. If you're a North Melbourne supporter, you're gonna be very disappointed in that. So unfortunately, it is what it is. And yeah, Carlton were just too good, guys. Carlton were just too good, and they stormed home with what was it, 8 goals in that last quarter, Johnny? I'm not sure what it was, but
correct.
yeah. So you know, to get steamrolled like that at the end, that's not good enough. And you know, we thought North Melbourne were going to turn a corner this year, but nah, they've hit a dead end again. So I don't know what to say. But Carlton, they needed those 2 wins and give them a bit of confidence. Next week is a different proposition, so it's going to be interesting how they go. But they do have a tough run coming up, Carlton. I think the next 4 to 5 weeks will really tell us where they are in the competition. So it's going to be interesting for Carlton. So, but yeah, congratulations, Johnny Carlton, on a good win and a good tip.
Thank you. Well, King of the North, you have a soft spot for Carlton.
I do.
But you agreed to decide to agree with Chris C here and go North Melbourne. Why did you go North Melbourne?
The only reason was just the way they were finishing their 3rd and 4th quarters in the last couple of weeks. That was the only reason. And I thought that North might be able to do something that I seen like a couple of weeks ago where they were going okay and they were scoring a lot of points. So, but obviously not. But the only 2 real standouts for North, I thought, like Curtis kicked another 3. So he's consistently kicking 2 or 3 goals in each of the games he's going. And Parker with 23 disposals and 2 goals, so he's done really well there as well. But you've just got like Curnow, Williams they both kick 4, White, Motlop, and Durden for 2 goals and 3 goals respectively. So just a lot of goals by a lot of players in Carlton. So well done to them. And hopefully this has kicked the season off for them.
I love it, King. I absolutely love it. Well, this happened on Good Friday, and I don't think I can call this Friday good anymore. I think I'm going to call it a Great Friday, because that was probably one of the most relaxing games I've ever been to a Carlton game, and like. Look, I'll say something. I can't stand this Curtis bloke. Every single time North Melbourne play Carlton, he's always there. He always pops up, this Curtis bloke. I thought he was going to kick 10 on us at the start. But, look, without Harry, right, in that forward line, those small forwards just like, that's the best game I've ever seen Carlton. Look, I can't believe we scored 150 points without Harry there, without Kemp there. Just one ball forward and 5 smalls, and we kick 153 points. That's embarrassing for North Melbourne. That is embarrassing. We have not kicked 150 points for 10 bloody years. But, hey, I'm not complaining. Are the Blues back? I don't know. That's my personal question. I think if we can somehow beat Geelong this week on Sunday, we're back. I'm calling it early. If Carlton beat Geelong on Sunday night, we're back. The Blues are back. We're back in town, and we're coming back for that number 8 spot. But the last 2 weeks, to win by 72 points against West Coast and 82 points against North, it's not like it's a 1-goal win. It's not like a 2-goal win. This game's been over by half time. Like, yeah, it's crazy. As I said, I was there. I had an amazing time. I loved every bit of it. I actually went to church afterwards, really happy. Had the Carlton song on the whole way home. So, as I said, I was a very happy supporter, and go the Blues, and can't wait for this big clash on Sunday afternoon. But I'm looking forward to it, and just thank you, Carlton, for making Easter happy for once in your life. Thank you. Like, oh, amazing. Anyways,
Well, it's been a tough start for the Carlton faithful, and to do a win like that on Easter, yeah, as you said, you're gonna be happy with that. So.
Well, like as I said, last year when it was Greek Easter, it was Collingwood Carlton, and Nick Dacos kicked the goal with 10 seconds to go. So it's a way better Easter than last year, that's for sure. So
yeah. Jason S goes, equal highest score for the Blues, wasn't it? 100.
Yeah, 153. Yeah.
There you go. Johnny, there. You play your play. I play my play. How are you, man? Welcome in. Yeah. No. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
As I did say, the next 4 to 5 weeks will define the Carlton season. I reckon. There's some tough games coming up.
Big games. So. Yeah. King of the North, next game. Now, this game I want to talk about. Oh.
Now, this was unbelievable. Essendon 11-11-77 to the West Coast Eagles, GT, 11-9-75. And Essendon have just snuck away with their towels between their bloody asses with a 2-point win. I don't know how they did it. They nearly lost it.
Chris C. We'll start with you.
I'm just bringing up the game on the internet so people can see. So, yeah, nearly lost it. 1 sec. That's what happens when you're the producer. Did I watch some of this game? I did watch some of it. Oh no, drips and drabs I watched. But good on him. Can't believe the Bombers nearly got done by West Coast. I was actually surprised. I think last week we said it, like, this is a game that we might see a bit of an upset. And I was like, oh man, this might happen. And West Coast actually came out to play. So, yeah, it was a bit of a shock when I saw the scores, but yeah, they got over the line. The Bombers did what they had to do, but in doing so, they lost their ruckman, which was Draper went down with Achilles, so he's out for the season apparently, which is a big blow for them. 2 meter Peter, he was, if it's a positive, he was great. He kicked 6 goals, so he was really good for them up forward. So, but yeah, just not. Like, if you're a Bomber supporter, you're probably not the happiest with that performance, to tell you the truth. A team like West Coast have been really bad, like real bad. They were pathetic against Carlton the week before. Like, so to put that performance up where you just win, I don't know. There could be alarm bells for the Bombers. Our good friend Tinky Winky, he said, I'm not going to even count that as a win. That's what he was saying in one of the chats. So I understand what he's saying. Like, it's, you nearly lost to West Coast. You just won. So it's concerning. West Coast, I don't know what they're doing. They have some patches, especially when Waterman gets a hold of the ball in the forward line. They do have some patches, but they're still no good. And hats off to the West Coast supporters that actually go to the games. Because it still looks like they get a pretty decent crowd at these games. So, yeah, I don't know, man. West Coast are a basket case, man. I thought we were going to see a bit of a resurgence for some of these players coming, like, Owies and there's a few other players. I can't remember the players that went in, but there was a few players. Graham, the guy from Richmond.
Baker.
Yeah, Baker. So for those guys, like, I thought there might be a bit of a resurgence, but nah. And I can see Harley Reid. We said it last week, Harley Reid leaving. So yeah, real problems at West Coast. But congratulations to Essendon. But yeah, only good thing I could see with Essendon was 2 meter Peter. We had a good game. Other than that, there's not much to like. So
King of the North.
Got to give a shout out to Zach Merritt again, 26 disposals. So he just continues to be like their leading disposal getter and playmaker. So he's a gun. Waterman kicked 4 as well for West Coast. So yeah, but it was the bounce of the ball, and it came down to the last minute of the game, really, where the centre bounce just had to go West Coast way, and they could have got down there and kicked a goal, but it just went the other way, and then they just snuck away with it. So yeah, really concerning signs for Essendon, I think. But yeah, good on West Coast to give them a bit of confidence, and at Optus for their supporters. But yeah, not great for the Bombers.
Well spoken. Well, I was this close to giving it to the Essendon supporters. This close. I just needed that. I just needed them to win. Like, I was coming home from the Carlton game and I saw the scores and I'm like, wow, West Coast have kicked 6 in a row. Like, they're on fire here. Like, Essendon could lose this. But like, as GT said, once West Coast versus a team and they're getting a lot of goals in a row, it just starts to like turn around. Like, Essendon got 2 quick goals and you could just see they're slowly getting back into the game, and it wasn't enough. But they were tough, the Eagles. They actually gave it to Essendon in a full game, and to be honest, I thought Eagles were going to win that, but as I said, Essendon just a bit too more professional at the moment than West Coast. You can clearly see that Essendon have a better list than West Coast. But we spoke about this last week on the show boards. We said this could go either way. Like, we could see this happening. Like, we could see an upset here, like Chris C said. But it was so close, so damn close, and I feel sorry for the Eagles fans. Like, that's a game they should have won. Like, at home, they were leading, and like as Chris C said, like, the new players, what West Coast have bringing, like, Always is not the same Always that he was at Carlton. Baker and Dame are not the same people they were at Richmond. It's just like, I don't know, maybe it's a bit too early. They've only played 7 games to their new club. We get it. But like, they're missing Sheed, they're missing Yo, the miss of Barras last year leaving, like, that hurt him a lot. Like, if Barras was in that game, West Coast was winning. And by the way, what a return game for Jeremy McGovern. I thought Jeremy McGovern was amazing. Like, McGovern was just there and everything. Like, but as I said, like, I could see the cracks starting to tumble. I don't think their coach will be there at the end of the year. I see Harley Reid leaving. Unfortunately, I see West Coast departing at the moment. So terrible times for West Coast fans. But hopefully down the track they get a bit of happiness. But yeah, that was a game they should have won. But this close, Essendon fans, this close.
And 46,000 turn up for the bottom side at Optus. So,
well, more
GT's just given us that. So yeah.
Triple more than Melbourne Freo, so that's a good start.
Yeah. That's right.
Mally W said, "Hello, are you going to read comments?" We will read comments, but yeah, we just we'll answer questions at the end, man. It's just so much to get through, and if we start doing comments, it's going to take forever. So we will answer your questions at the end. So if you got anything, just let us know, and we'll say it at the end, or we'll go back in the comments and have a read of your questions. So. Anyway,
King of the North, take us away.
All right, let's start the WTF part of the show, where the next lot of games are just unbelievable. And let's start with Melbourne, 16-11, 107 to the Dockers, 14-13, 97. And Melbourne got the victory by 10 points. And there we go. They get their first win of the season. Yep.
All right, Chris C.
Man, my prediction as Fremantle winning the flag is just diminishing week by week
by week.
And I don't know, man. I just thought this team was going to be cherry ripe. They're just very inconsistent. You can't trust them. The only good thing going for Freo is Shea Bolton. I thought he was excellent. I do like their midfield, but their midfield should be much better than what they're putting out. Yeah, Melbourne were just too good. Like they were just, yeah, they used their weapons, their balls in the middle, and they capitalized. Cozzy Pickett, far out. What kind of game did he have? He had so much space for a defensive team. Supposedly one of the best defenses in the league in Freo. Lets Cozzy Pickett do what he wants in their 50 arc. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's concerning for Freo. Yeah, I don't know where they go from here. They got a tough game coming up this week against the Crows. The Crows are in good form. So yeah, I don't know, man. That premiership that I talked about, I think it could be. Yeah, it's on the tatters.
Delayed?
I'm not saying it's over, but like they don't look like a premiership side now. Like Collingwood look like a premiership side. You know, they look like a team that could go all the way. You know, there's probably 3-4 other teams that look like that. But they just don't look like it at all. So and Melbourne, like coming off their worst 5 weeks, 0-5. You know. And to go down to them was like a bit embarrassing, to tell you the truth. So if you're a Freo supporter, you would not be happy with that. Melbourne supporters, I think the whole league needed Melbourne to win. I think it's good for the league that they won. You know, it's not good to have a team on 0-6. And you know, for Simon Goodwin and his boys, I think it's good for them. So good for Petrarca. Petrarca looked really good. Even Viney looked good. Their midfield looked really good. Oliver was pretty good too. So yeah, but that Cozzy Pickett, mate, if he's unbelievable. I rate him, man, big time. So I wish he was in our team, to tell the truth. But anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Well, before we go on with King of the North, there is a team that's 0-6, and now that's the poor West Coast Eagles. So when are they gonna find their first win? We don't know. Could have been on Friday night, but it wasn't to be.
No.
King of the North. You give a lot of shit to the Melbourne supporters, and
deservedly so.
I saw the crowd. There wasn't many there for their first win of 2025.
It was rubbish again. I think 12,000.
I think there was more people in Sydney where you were than the high MCG, mate.
There was. Yeah. Really pathetic by the Melbourne supporters. 12,000 of the MCG looks horrible. It was just like people scattered throughout the bottom of the level 1 at the MCG, and on telly it looked awful. Good on Melbourne for getting their first win. They really put a big effort into, and they played really well. So congratulations to them. But far out, Freo, like you just pathetic. Like they just looked terrible. They just had they looked tired. They looked slow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Freo. So yeah, good on Melbourne for getting their win. But come on, Melbourne supporters, get out and bloody watch your team.
Before I start, if I was the AFL, would you reconsider moving Melbourne games to a different venue?
Yes.
You got to chuck them at Marvel. Yeah.
But Marvel's not their home ground. Like I'm thinking even lower. Like I'm thinking Casey Stadium.
Oh.
Like where the VFL played. Like they hold like 20,000 there. Like
or Ballarat. Take them to Ballarat.
Take them to Ballarat, mate. They're still in Melbourne. That's still in Melbourne, mate. Take them to Ballarat.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. The MCG is just embarrassing.
When you got 100,000 seat stadium and you got Melbourne as the home team, it doesn't make sense, man. I know it's called the Melbourne Cricket Ground or whatever. It doesn't make sense that they're like. It just looks ridiculous. It looks like oh man, like even when they were going good, they didn't have many people there. Even when they were winning.
Like, look, I get it. Like, this Thursday, they're going to have supporters there because Friday's a public holiday. And you know what I mean? You're versing another big team in Richmond. I reckon there's going to be more Richmond supporters there than Melbourne supporters.
Of course there will. Yeah.
I reckon the G's going to be filled with yellow and black on Thursday night. I don't think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
when I see Melbourne, I know some Melbourne supporters, but I don't know. They just seem like a club that just is there. Like there's when you think about Collingwood, Carlton, Hawthorn, they're like, oh, these clubs, oh shit, we're going to play them. When you're versing Melbourne, it's not because they're bad this year. I don't know. It just feels like they're not there's not enough care. You know what I mean? Like, is that the same in Melbourne? Like, no one really cares about them. Like, is that what it is?
I'll tell you a funny thing. When Melbourne won the grand final, everyone forgot about it the next day, man. No one looked back. It was COVID year. That team won on COVID year. That was a perfect team to win in the season that no one gave a shit about.
Well, 2020 Richmond won it, and that was a COVID year, but everyone remembers that.
Yeah, because it was actually the Richmond supporters actually show up, but the Melbourne supporters, they go, "Oh, we won a granny. That's all right. Move on."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Melbourne, man. Like, they're the kind of club, like, if you take them out of the AFL and replace them with another team, like, no one would remember them.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
All their supporters go to a high fancy restaurant to watch the game or to a pub. They don't even rock up to the MCG.
Yeah, and like, I'm not trying to be like a smart or anything. Like, I respect Melbourne. Don't get me wrong, but that's what it feels like. It just feels like a club that, I don't know. They just don't have that aura that a Collingwood or a Carlton or a Hawthorn or even a Geelong have. They just don't have that. They don't have that, man.
They don't.
Nah.
Well, to talk about the game, look, I'm not going to say a lot about Melbourne here because, to be honest, it's very disappointing. But in Freo's behalf, like, I'm sorry, but this was Chris C's premiership team. I had them in the top 4 as well. You can't be losing a game like that to Melbourne. Out of all places, to Melbourne like that, with 12,000 people, that was a game where your fans could have equaled their fans and actually had a shot. Like, that could have felt like a home game to you, Freo, and you dished that up. Like, you let Cozzy Pickett go look back to one of your players and go, catch me if you can, and he ran into an open goal. Like, it was just insane. Like, Freo they have Sarong, Brayshaw, O'Meara. Like, the team's there. Tracy, the forward line. Shai Bolton is in that midfield now. Like, all the players are there. Like, they have one of the best defenders in the comp, like defense. Ryan, Clark, Pearce. And they let Melbourne win that. They let Melbourne score 100 points. Like, I don't understand how. Like, something's not right in Freo at the moment. Like, as I said, like, they crumbled last year when they could have made finals, but in regard, they did Carlton a favour, so thank you. But this year, like, I thought they actually had it. I thought Shai Bolton was going to be that piece, you know what I mean? Like, that piece that they needed. And he played well. But to be honest, it was just Gorn, Petrarca, Oliver, and Cozzy just doing the rest, and they couldn't stop him. So, as I said, Melbourne, full credit to the win. Like, they deserve that win. They played better than Freo, but that's just poor effort from the Dockers. And, yeah, if I was a Freo supporter, I would not be happy, mate. So
another thing, Johnny, as well, what I noticed, Darcy, the guy in the rugby.
Sean Darcy.
Like, he's lost a lot of weight. And he's not physical as much anymore. He was like a beast before, bro.
Yeah, he's not. Like, even Jackson's way better than him in the ruck, and they're missing Jackson a lot, man.
Yeah, but when Darcy was bigger, he used to like be really good. Now
he could go up.
He was like against Gorn. Yeah, he was like a little kid against Gorn, man. So I'll tell you what, Freo were better this time last year. They were a better team. and that's without Shea Bolton. That's the concerning part.
100%.
So 100%. I don't know.
Anyways, so from upset to I don't know if you'll call this an upset. Chris C tipped them, and I don't know how, but me and the King, we heard a tsunami coming, and we thought it was going to tear down Adelaide Oval, but it wasn't meant to be. The tsunami went way past Adelaide Oval. Talk about the game. How wet was that game? No one could score a game of football. Like, that's probably one of the lowest scores I've seen GWS score. Like, it was crazy. Anyways, King, read it out.
7-10-52 to 4-10-34. Adelaide wins by 18 points. And, 4 goals in a whole game.
Like, before we get on to Chris C, I felt like this was an AFLW game with the scores like that. Like, jeez, my goose. It's like, come on, man. Anyways, Chris C, I know you don't like him. I don't know, maybe you do now. Maybe you like him more than Hawthorn. But I don't know if there's still hate there. But did you watch this game? Is the apricot slices back this week? Like, tell me all about it, mate. Like, what's happening in Adelaide town?
Listen, man, I was walking past a bakery on the day, and I could smell the apricots bloody baking in the through a bakery. No, they're definitely back. Do I hate the Crows? Yes. Do I hate them more than Hawthorn? No. Hawthorn's my number one hate now. Sorry, Hawthorn supporters. But Crows did what they had to do. I heard. Look, I was actually at our good friend KP's house that day, having a nice barbecue, and it was bad weather there too. But I was over there at his house, and I was just watching the scores. I didn't watch the game. However, I did watch some of the highlights, and I did get told that it was one of the worst games to sit through. I was like, this can't be worse than the Port versus Essendon game. Apparently it was. I don't know. You tell me, guys. I don't know. But I think the weather had a lot to do with it. Where the Port versus Essendon game, they're under marble as a roof. That's how bad it was there. Like, so definitely the Port Essendon game is worse. You can't blame weather. But it was pretty bad. But yeah, they just did what they had to do. GWS were woeful against up in their front half. They couldn't grab a goal to save their lives. So yeah, Crows just did what they had to do. It was a tough, shitty slog in shit weather. But mate, they banked the 4 points, and that's all. If you're a supporter of the Crows, you got to be happy with that. I think GWS will live to fight another day, and they'll. Yeah, I think they'll still be up there. But it just wasn't a great day for footy, man. As a game with the weather and that, I just think. And a lot of players were doing some stupid stuff. Like I saw Phil Thorpe miss right in front. He doesn't do that normally, so just stuff like that. Toby Green missed a few easy ones as well. As I said, it was a scrappy game. Good on Adelaide Crows for getting the points. It's all that matters. And they're still looking good on the pointy end of the table.
King of the North, did you watch this, my friend? You were in Sydney, I think, at the time. Did you manage to watch any of this?
No, I didn't see this one. I was in Roosters territory, so and off to the concert. So yeah, missed this one, but yeah, it must have been bad. I can't imagine only 7 goals from one side and 4 goals from another side. So yeah, good on Adelaide, good on the Crows supporters who are with us, and Jay Crom and the like. Dam and Johnsy all got the win. So yeah, good on Adelaide. Notch up another win, and but yeah, need a better test than this to see how good Adelaide are going.
Well, the thing is, I hate HFD tipping because when we tip something, we can't change our tip. And
No.
lucky for ESPN tips, you can change your tip like 5 minutes before the game. Because when I found out Hogan was not playing and he was a laid out, I changed my tip to Adelaide, and I got that tip right, but I couldn't change it here. This is what I'm frustrated about. Like, this is, anyways, like, look, I thought Stringer, look, I don't know if you boys watched this game, but Stringer played probably his best game for the Giants this year. Like, he was really phenomenal at the start. Kicked a wonderful snap. But yeah, look, it was all Adelaide. Like, Giants only kicked 3 goals, I think, until half time, 3/4 time. Like, they were only averaging 1 goal a quarter. Like, it was that bad. And the weather in Adelaide, that game was like crazy. Like, everyone was slipping over. No one could kick to their team. Like, everyone was like 20% kick accuracy. Like, I know Darcy Fogarty, who's one of the beautiful kicks, he couldn't even kick the bloody ball. Like, Jordan Dawson kicks the ball brilliantly, and he kept turning it over. Like, no one could kick the ball. But yeah, look, Adelaide were too strong, and unfortunately the tsunami stopped in Adelaide for a bit, but then flew to the other side of Adelaide because they weren't coming there, they weren't storming through. But look, as I said, Adelaide, they continue their good form in 2025, and they stay in the 8. And I don't think it's a crucial win yet. They've got 2 big games in the next coming weeks, so that'll be a big test. But full credit to the Adelaide Crows, and to our J-Crom, you would be a very happy supporter. It's I'm glad you don't come on the show when Adelaide win and lose now, so it's a relief. But look, Adelaide were too strong on the day, so.
Yep, no, they sure were, and Teresa sums it up well. The game was awful. Yes, it was.
It was terrible.
It was.
Stringer.
It was.
Aiden Dixon goes, Stringer has kicked like 2 goals, 10 plus behinds this season. So not a good start for.
I agree with that. He was shit last week.
Oh.
He was, but against Adelaide, he was actually really good. I thought he played.
Yeah, bring on the showdown. Dusty Cray reckons. Dino's, we'll answer that at the end, man. When we finish, we'll answer that. We'll get Johnny Carlton to answer that one. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Next.
All right. Upset number 3.
This game.
Hey.
12-8-80 Richmond to 9-15-69, the Kings' favourite number.
Oh, my God.
Richmond win by 11 points, and far out, man. I don't know how they did it.
No, before I give it to Chris C, I have copped so much shit from Richmond supporters this week. Hey, Johnny, what was your bold call at the start of the year? Richmond will only win 1 game of the year. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, not anymore, mate. They've won 2, and I look like a complete goose. I can't believe they beat Gold Coast, man. I knew Gold Coast would do something like this. Oh, man, to hear Richmond beat Gold Coast, oh, my God. Anyways, Chris C, I'll give it to you while the other Richmond fans still give it to me. I'll give it to you, my friend. Just tell us about the game, mate, please.
Well, look, I'm as shocked as everyone. It was funny. The first thing I said to my partner was, "Oh, guess what? Johnny Carlton has just lost his bold call." He said that they won't win more than 1 game, and now they've won 2. They just beat the top team in the AFL in the last 6 weeks or 5 weeks, right? Team that was unbeaten, they beat. How does that happen? How does a team that is touted one of the worst lists that they've ever had come out and do that? Is it the dimmer curse at Telstra Dome or Marvel Stadium, whatever it is? Is that what it is? What is it, man? Like, how can a team like that beat a team like that? Like, it just doesn't make sense. The Crows look like an unstoppable force. Couldn't beat Gold Coast. But Richmond can beat Gold Coast. Like, what is going on? This competition it's just it's just crazy. Like it's just it's just unfathomable. You can't fathom it. You know what I mean? I just can't. It's just But look, I'll talk about it quickly. So the Richmond, they were they just I don't know, man, where it came from, how they did it, but they did it. Gold Coast looked very flat. They did try to come back in that last quarter, but the damage was already done. They looked really good. Their midfield were good. I thought Tom Lynch in the forward line, I thought he bought it for them. I can't remember his numbers, but he was very a very focal point up forward, and he caused contests. He's a good player. So I don't know, man. I thought Gold Coast were going to go undefeated for a bit there, but there we go, man. There's no team in the AFL that has undefeated now. Everyone's lost the game, and it was the biggest. I reckon that was the biggest upset of the round. That one there, Richmond, 100%. So, well done to Richmond. If you're a Richmond fan, mate, go on to Johnny Carlton's page or come on tonight and just give it to him because he deserves it, man, after what he said. So, sorry, Johnny, but no one saw it coming, did we?
Nope. No, we did not.
Where does this leave Gold Coast? Like, where does this? I don't know. I think they're still a good side. I don't know what the issue there is. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. Maybe their forward structure. I don't know. Because I like their midfield. I really like their midfield, and their defense is pretty good. I don't know, man. It was a weird one. It's a really weird game to pinpoint why they stuffed up. That Richmond were just harder at the ball. They were just their pressure was elite. And Gold Coast just didn't go with them. So, and it's hard to believe. Noah Bolter is him. We know about So Noah Bolter today, guys. If you heard, he's he got sentenced, but he's not going to jail, which is good for him, I guess.
I've got a question about that, right?
Yeah.
His curfew is from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Did you see that?
Yep.
What do you mean 10 at night to 6 a.m.?
Yeah, he's not allowed out, right, until July. What happens if Richmond's playing a night game?
He'll get subbed out.
No, he can't play.
Bring him off at half time.
He'll be going past 10 o'clock. That's what they came up.
He gets subbed out at half time, then goes home. Easy.
Why would you waste a sub on that? What happens if someone gets injured?
Yeah, true. I'm just, putting it out there,
He can't play night games. So basically he's now managed for like only today games and only in Melbourne because he can't travel.
No. So
it's
I don't know, man.
Bizarre.
It's bizarre, but I did see the footage of him punching that guy, but
King of the North. You're a Sam Flanders guy, and you're a goal. You like the Gold Coast. You actually, I think that they have a chance. What did you think about this game? Did you watch it?
I didn't. I was doing Sydney things, so no, I didn't see this one. But Tim Taranto for Richmond really led the way as far as Richmond goes, and they were just leading pretty much all the games. So it was pretty good. They played. It's just good to see the young blokes being able to play
King,
that well.
Sorry, King. One sec. Is it just me, or is he like going out and in?
No, I'm all right now. I just have to fix I'll fix the wire. But no, I like the Gold Coast. I like Sam Flanders. He kicked a goal and I think 2 behinds or something. So that was all right, but not as many disposals. Maybe it is the marble curse for the Gold Coast.
You mean for Dimmer?
Because I think they'll bounce back.
And for Dimmer as well.
The Dimmer curse, yeah. So I reckon they'll bounce back next week, and just one of those things. And Richmond, I'm sure, would have got up just to, got up for the occasion against Dimmer as well. So you got to take that into account too. So they're going to try a bit harder just to beat their old coach. So I think that might be a bit to it as well.
Well, they did show up, and they showed up to stuff Johnny Carlton as well because, as I said earlier, Johnny Carlton's bold call was now completely gone out the window.
Johnny Carlton, do you have any anything to say to the Richmond supporters? Any apologies or anything?
Nah, stuff them. I hate them still. Anyways, no, I felt like the Easter Bunny came. I feel like the Easter Bunny came to Marvel. It was like an Easter miracle. Like, I don't know what happened. Like the Richmond just looked so good, and Gold Coast just could not catch up with them. Like Richmond had legs for days. Dimmer, he said he hated going to Marvel. Well, he probably hates it now. Probably hates it more now. But the Tigers were on fire, and as I said, Bolto was so good for Richmond. It looked like a different backline there. And Lynch played a good game. I thought Taranto, as you said, Taranto played a good game. Morris Rioli, the chase down tackles that guy did, bro, wow. Like, they actually looked good, and the Tigers fans they had something to cheer about. So, to be honest, I think Richmond could go two in a row here. Talk about only winning one game at the start of the season for Johnny Carlton. He's probably a Fruit Loop now because Richmond might win their third game of the season. So, man, they're on fire. But as I said, we knew this was coming from Gold Coast. Like, it's just Gold Coast. They're the only team that could do this. Like, maybe Essendon could do this against a shit team, but definitely Gold Coast. Like, at home or at Marvel, they can't win away from home. It's just insane. But, hey, full credit to the Tigers. They showed up and Gold Coast didn't. So,
Are Richmond better than North Melbourne or West Coast?
No.
They're better than West Coast. They have to be.
They're better than West Coast.
They're better than West Coast.
They're better than West Coast, not North Melbourne. I won't say North Melbourne.
Yet.
And who's Richmond got this week?
Melbourne.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Very interesting.
Interesting game. All right.
King North, tell us.
All right. Sunday, the Port Adelaide masterclass went to Sydney for the trip, and I gave them high fives as they were going in the stadium. And it was Port Adelaide 85 to Sydney 77. Port Adelaide won by 8 points, but geez, Sydney were coming in that last quarter.
Yeah.
Chris C.
Yep. Yeah, what can I say, guys? I'm happy. Look, I'll take the 8. I'll take the 4 points. A lot of people tipped against us this week. I wasn't one of them, which was good. So I got one back on the boys, which was good because I needed it after the shocking start to the round. The game, look, we started off fantastic. I thought our pressure, I thought our intent, our scoring, our defense. I thought it was great. I thought Riley Galea was really good in the back line in that first half. I thought Butters was amazing. I thought Rioli came back after what he copped the week before. I thought he played an instrumental role in us winning. It was a good performance all around. I am concerned though with our last quarters. We haven't won a last quarter for the year, so it is a bit concerning. It's kind of like they just put the cue in the rack in that third quarter, and then the fourth quarter it was just all Sydney. So I think it's something we have to work on. I think that they got to start running out games a bit better. I think we deserve to win. I think we were the better side for majority of the day. And to win it, to win it in Sydney, you gotta be happy with that. To win over there, I'm stoked, especially after what happened in the prelim. As I said, like just the last quarter, we just faded out. I thought our defense was, I thought Raleigh Galea had a really good first half, and then he struggled in that second half. But yeah, as I said, good performance, or for 3 quarters at least, and just got to work on that. Are we back? I don't know, man. I don't think we're a contender for a flag maybe this year. But we're definitely heading in the right direction. As in, we could still make finals, but are we a contender? Look, nothing suggests yet to me that we are, but it's good to win. And we got North Melbourne coming up this week. We have to be ready for them, because they're if you're not ready for them, they could roll you too. So you got to make sure that all the boys rock up. There is one thing there is one positive, a real big positive that I'm really loving, and that is Connor Rosie in the half-back line. I just think he's that's where he should stay for the rest of the year. That's where he played in the SANFL. And if you got Butters, you got Horn Francis, Ollie Wines. Ollie Wines did go off with a heart scare, so hope you're okay, Ollie. Hopefully he comes back next week. But if you got those guys in the middle there, Drew, then I think you can afford to have him in the half-back line, and then you can rotate if he has to through the midfield. But he played really well, especially in that first half. Like, meters gained, they couldn't touch him. He was unbelievable. So, Sydney, look, I think that they're a team that's missing some players, and if they kick straight, they probably could have won that game. So, especially in the end. So they're missing a few players, some important players. And they look like a team like that at the moment. So they're looking a bit shaky with the win-loss ratio, which is concerning if you're a Swan supporter. But good win. I'm a happy Port supporter. 2 in a row. What more can you want? Kind of pair.
Before we move to King of the North, I've got 2 questions for you. This is a part 1 and part 2 question. Part 1: Are you worried that Ollie Wines is like will happen to him more often, and it's a waste of a sub? Like, just say you got an injury, like what happens there?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said King of the North.
No, you.
Look, it doesn't happen often, Johnny. It's only happened. Last time it happened was in 2022. When they had to sub him off. So unless it happens so frequently, then I'll understand what you're saying. But he's too instrumental. Ollie Wines is not the best player, but he is a bull in that midfield. So you could tell we started to lose some of the contests in that second half, and when he wasn't there. So. I'd still play him. I think because he's such a contested beast. But it depends on frequency on the injury, on the heart problem. So I don't know. He could retire from that, man, just because of that. So that's the scary part. But it's good that took him off. It's player welfare, and hopefully he's okay from it. So yeah.
And part 2, how was seeing Rory Atkins in the Port Adelaide colours for the first?
I was going to mention Rory. You know what, man? He did all right. Considering he was in the back line for most of it, but he had 12 touches. He was. Yeah, I didn't mind him, man. He kind of looks like Josh Sin. So every time he got the ball, I thought he was Josh Sin, because he's got that same look and same run. And he's a left footer as well. Josh Sin's the left footer too. So I thought it was Josh Sin every time he got the ball, but it was actually Rory Atkins. It wasn't as bad as I anticipated, because I used to hate him at the Crows. But look, man, he's one of us now, so we have to embrace him. And if he's going to play a role, then he's going to play a role. So congratulations, Rory Atkins, on playing for Port Adelaide.
And then on the second question before we move, you didn't give us one last week, but who's your gun this week?
My gun.
He's not prepared for these, is he?
Oh, I'll give it. In the gun is Well, it's in the last game of the round.
Oh, so it's not a Port Adelaide supporter.
Nah.
Oh, it's not a Port Adelaide player.
Oh,
okay.
you mean no. Oh, there's two guns. A guy that threw something at Ilya, he's in the gun. That bloke. Did you see that guy that threw something at Ilya?
Oh, yeah,
the 16-year-old guy.
Player?
Yeah.
Oh, you idiot! What are you doing? Like, but I felt for him because he's a young kid. Like, young kids like that don't understand consequence. Like, they're still developing that part of the brain. So when he did it, you could see that he's like, oh shit, why did I do that for? So, people make mistakes, and just leave the kid alone. Like, but Leah did the right thing, and told him, like, so he's in the gun, and the next person on the gun is on the Hawthorn and Geelongo. So I'll wait.
The gun and the banana of the week could be together. It's wow.
Probably the same person, to tell you the truth.
Probably is the same person. King of the North, Sydney Port. Ted, your thoughts?
Yeah, good on Port for getting the win. You know that I have a soft spot for Port Adelaide, and Sydney just lost their way. Port were too good for 3 quarters, but they finally got their act together, but just coming too late again and lose another close one. So well done, Port Adelaide. They played really well, and getting the win in Sydney is a good one after the win last week.
Beautiful. Well, my thoughts about this game. So, look, I watched it. We were having a food coma, so we had to chuck on the TV and watch the Port Adelaide Sydney game because we ate too much meat, and we just sat back and relaxed. Look, I was going to give my banana of the week to Hayden McLean. I thought he was terrible. Like he could have won the game for Sydney, but special shout out Aaron Francis. Wow, mate,
I know, man.
Came on as the
Where'd he come from?
He taught Port Adelaide's defence like a new one. He just became a whole new player. It was like Aaron Francis versus Port Adelaide at one stage. But look, I'm a bit worried about Port Adelaide. They let teams come back despite having a big margin. But look, as I said, like I thought at the start of the game, I thought it was going to be another 100-point win like you did to him last year at Adelaide Oval, the way you were going at the start. But no, look, as I said, Sydney are a bit off this year. Like they can't play the SCG like they did last year. Maybe that's because they don't have 6 of their 7 best 22 in their squad. But they still have game winners there, and it's just we could see the cracks tumbling, and I don't know. But as I said, Port they took their chance, and as I said, 2 in a row. Good on you for tipping your boys. Never tip against your boys, and you'll see what happens. So, tip the Swans, and I don't know. I'm starting to regret tipping Sydney every week, but it was just it wasn't that performance. But special mention to Aaron Francis. Wow, he brought the game back alive. So,
when he came on, I was like, what the heck? This guy is like a second-tier player. Comes in and marking everything, like making Radigalia look like second rate, like he did, like you know what I mean. So
that's crazy.
And then putting McCartan up forward in that first half just didn't work for him. So them shifting him back was good for them. Like it actually worked in their favor, and then putting him up forward. So they subbed him out, but I subbed him in. Sorry. But he was a super sub, man. Like I thought, shit, if he gets a hold of this guy, man, he's on fire. If he scores another one, So it was, they came at us, man. It was and some of the umpiring decisions, like even against the Swans, I reckon, it was some dodgy calls as well. It went against them. I mean, there was some dodgy calls in the whole game. Don't get me wrong, but that last one against Sam Powell-Pepper. He didn't even know what was going on. Like
he didn't even know it was his.
I was like, no way. How is that our free kick? Like I was even going, what the heck? I mean, I'll take it, but it's not right. I hate when I see that shit. I want to win fair and square. You know what I mean? I don't want to, take an easy ride. I want to win fair and square, and like Yeah, the umpiring was just. I reckon this week was the worst umpiring, not just at that game, but throughout the whole round, the worst. Do you agree?
It was, yeah. As I said, Carlton North Melbourne, I thought there was terrible umpire calls there too. Like, I was like, wow, that should not be a free kick to Carlton, but shocking. Anyways, move on. King, next game.
And sorry, Sanger, but it was the Western Bulldogs 127 to St Kilda 56. It was the Western Bulldogs by 71, and they were outstanding. The Bulldogs.
They were.
Oh wait, let me get the score up here. Far out. Look at this, man. 71 points. Far out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sanger. I know you're probably watching it.
Sorry, Sanger.
Far out. Am I going first?
Yep.
Chris C.
I did get home and watch some of this game. Let me just say, I've never seen a player have time off the game, right? Have an extended period off the game, come back, and it's like he hasn't left. Like, Bontempelli, if he's not the best player in the league after one game, I don't know who is, man, because that guy, if you're a Bulldog supporter, man, you want to hold on to Bontempelli, man. He's unbelievable.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was him versus the Saints. They couldn't touch him, man. Like, absolutely. The Saints only had the first quarter. That's all they had. That quarter one, they looked okay, and then the rest were terrible. Like, where was that game that we saw? Even last week they were better, the Saints, even though they lost. Who'd they lose to last week, the Saints? They lost to
GWS.
But they looked all right. They had some patches in that game. This game, they only had the first quarter, and that was it. Bulldogs were just too good, man. And I don't know how you got rid of Kennedy. He looked great, man.
Don't talk about it. It kills me to this day.
He scored a killer goal, man. A killer goal. Like, just snapped it from the boundary. Oh. Yeah, Bulldogs, man. I did tip them, and I'm happy I did. And they just absolutely had their way with the Saints. And Bontempelli, as I said, superstar. Absolute superstar. Give him the Brownlow now. I reckon he's the best player in the league. I don't care what anyone says. To me, he's the best player. St Kilda, I don't know where you are.
King of the North, were you back home to watch this, or?
Yes, I was. I think, yeah. I made it back home, and I did watch this one. And they were very, very good. And also, it looks like Waitman might be back in a couple of weeks as well. So that'll be strengthen them even more. But far out, I don't know what is going on with the Saints. And they talked to Ross Lyon afterwards, and he didn't have much of a clue either. So yeah, the press conference wasn't great, and yeah, they're marching on. So yeah, the form out of the Brisbane game just carried on. They played those 3 quarters really well, and then they played these 4 quarters really well. So well done, Bulldogs, and you will get many more victories, and they are in the top 8.
Look, you want to know what something was bizarre? They looked they didn't look good when Darcy was playing, but ever since Darcy got injured, a whole brand new Bulldogs just appeared. Like, they came out and smashed and killed it by 71 points when one of their best players in the last 6 weeks went down. Like, it was just insane. Like, Bontempelli, he is Jesus, man. He is him. Like, he just came back. He's a god, man. No one could touch him. Like, talk about Easter. Oh, he risen, mate. He risen, and he was phenomenal. But yeah, look, as I said, like, St Kilda had no questions after quarter time. Absolutely no questions. They looked like the same St Kilda they always look in the last couple of years. And the Bulldogs, they missed him, man. They actually missed him. You could tell that they missed him. And wait till they get Treloar, Waitman, Hagen back. They're going to be a completely different team. But as I said, all positives for the Bulldogs, but unfortunately there was a negative, and we hope Darcy's okay. But he survived an ACL test, so that's even better news for the Dogs, and they can breathe again. And gonna be they're gonna be dangerous in a couple of weeks. The Doggies with their superstar back in their squad. So yeah, watch out for the Doggies.
I think if at full flight, I can see the Dogs they're a premiership threat. I reckon at full flight. If they get all their players back and they all gels, yeah, I think we're looking at a top four. We can be looking at a top four side. I don't know. That's how I feel about them. They're a good side, man. But
they are.
Yeah.
All right, King of the North. Tell us the last game.
The last game was the game of the round, and it was Geelong Cats versus the Hawks, and it was Geelong getting the win, 86-79. Geelong Cats got away with the victory by 7 points. And yeah, what a cracking game of footy this one was.
Sure was.
Chris C.
All right. So I got a lot of slack last week from I don't know if anyone saw my TikTok last week, but yeah, I got a lot of slack from the Hawks, the Hawthorn supporters last week. But what did I tell you, Hawthorn? What did I tell you guys? I told you that you're going to lose again to Geelong. I said last week, Geelong going to win. And what? You guys did not listen to me. So, suck shit. But no, in all fairness, I'm not going to give you shit. But, yeah, cracker game. Two heavyweights going at it. It was Geelong looked like they were going to run away with it. But Hawthorn just kept coming. And look, it was a great spectacle. Like 88,000 people at the G, Easter Monday. What more can you want? These teams have been rivals for a long time, so you knew that it's always going to be a tight game. Geelong were I think a bit more clinical in their ball movement, and they got the job done. So, but yeah, Hawthorn. I'm going to say who's in my gun. I'll tell you who's in my gun now. Now, I'm not sure if this is who the banana is for Johnny, but this guy claims he's a wizard, right? He's a wizard. He wears the pointy hat. Mate, where was your powers on Easter Monday, mate, where you were in front of the goal, you could have iced the game, and you bloody sprayed it? Right in front. Like, what is wrong with you? Right? So, he's in the gun, man, with the wizard. Yeah, just not good enough, man. And also, I put Sicily in there too, really, because he had a shot after as well. But yeah, Hawthorn just kicked themselves out. I thought they were still. I still thought they played a lot better than last week. They played great, but yeah, I don't know. Chol as well. I don't know about Chol in the forward line. I don't know. Does he suit the role there? I don't know. I'd be looking into that if I was Sam Mitchell. But look, they still played well. I can't take any away from the Hawks, even though I can't stand them. But yeah, Geelong were just too good. And Patrick Dangerfield, man, when the chips are down and someone has to stand up, Dangerfield is the guy. Like, some of the tackles he did, some of the rundown tackles he did, and just the will to help his team get over the line. He's a beast, man. And like, that role of him in that forward line is really working for him. So, because he probably can't play a full game through the midfield. So to put him up there, he's just a target, and his pressures, his pressure acts in the forward 50 are just unreal. So especially late in the game when you need him, like he's unreal. So congrats to Geelong, and sucked into the Hawks. Sorry, Hawthorn. I don't like you. I don't like you.
Well, we don't have the same gun and banana of the week, so that's all right. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
King of the North, you're a Hawthorn supporter, and your boys they couldn't get the job done last night. But tell us, you did a watch along to this game, and what a game it was.
I made it back and did the watch along Sunday night. So Yeah, they Geelong were just Monday. Yeah, public holiday Monday. Made it back, and I've just lost all track of days and everything. So there we go. The Cats are number 2. I think where they should be, and they're outstanding. Dangerfield is outstanding. They just had all over the field. They've got talent all over the field. It was just a really, really good performance. Hawthorn did come back, but I think just mistakes and handling errors. Sicily made so many mistakes and so many kicking errors and just turned over the ball. Should have kicked goals in front and just sprayed it. Gunston was there again, kicking goals and trying to get them over the line. I agree with you, Chris, about Chol. Poor again with his handling and just catching the ball and making decisions. But and then the week before it was fantastic. So they just seem a bit hot and cold, and they were they almost got there, and it got to 2 points. It was only 2 points difference, and they could have got the win, but Geelong just managed to hang in there, and the defence was good, and it was a really good game of footy.
Johnny, before you go, just a quick shout out to Lockie Talks Footy. Now he's in the chat here, so shout out to you, mate. As I said, congratulations on dyeing your hair. You called it aqua. It's not aqua. We did give you a bit of stick last week. Did call you out, but you took it like a troop, and you got to respect that you did that to your hair, man. So congratulations. Looks good. I like it.
Good on you, Lockie.
I like it. But
love you, Lock.
Yeah.
Love you, Lockie. Obviously, I didn't watch the first half of this game, but I went back and I watched a bit of the highlights. Look, Geelong had a crazy start. Hawthorn slowly got back into it. Look, as I said, I feel like they needed Ginnivan in that game. Dropping Ginnivan was a huge call midweek, and I get it. He hasn't been playing the best of footy like he could be, but. Yeah, he went to the VFL and he kicked 4 goals. I think he deserves to go back in straight away. But as I said, Gunston's been a real positive this year. He's been looking like their main man. I know they've still got what are their names? Mitch Lewis and someone else to come back in. But as I said,
Bruce.
Was it Bruce?
No, Bruce played and kicked a shocking kick, and I think he got hooked. So he came on and went off.
Apart from that, as I said, missing Will Day in the midfield, it's starting to get there. But as I said, I think Geelong would just, to be honest, I feel like Hawthorn should have won this game. It just came down to accuracy. As I said, I felt like Geelong was just way more accurate in front of goal than Hawthorn was. But as I said, I thought Hawthorn played better than Geelong, to be honest. I thought Hawthorn looked good. And, I know you guys give Child a little bit of, slack, but I thought his run-down tackle and then snap around the bend.
Oh, 100%. That was amazing. That was really good.
That was a brilliant brilliant play by Child as well. I thought he was, But look, as I said, Sicily going down forward. They had to change something in the end to win the game. But as I said, I wouldn't be worried if I was a Hawthorn supporter. As I said, Geelong is a good team, and they always bring a masterclass. And unfortunately, Geelong was, as I said, just too accurate in front of goal and got away with the wins. So. Yeah,
I've got to give McDonald a shout out as well. He played really well too.
Yeah, Connor McDonald, he did. So
Catch the Deer is another one. I think it's out.
Yeah, that's it. That's the other one.
Catch the Deer. That's right.
Deer and Lewis. It's I don't know. It'll be That's it. That's who I was forgetting. Catch the Deer.
Do you keep Chol in and or do you bring in do you go for a smaller option in Ginnivan back in, or what do you do?
You keep Joel in 100%. You keep him in.
Keep him in?
I don't think you play Dia, Lewis, Gunston, and Chol all on the forward line. That's 4 tall forwards. Like, imagine if they come back. Like, I think one of them has to miss out, and also you got Hardwick down there, he's like a medium forward. He's been playing forward a bit this year. So I don't know. Sam Mitchell's got a hard decision to make when they come back. But yeah, as I said, like. Look, I still have Hawthorn in my top 4, and I feel like they're gonna be there at the end of the season. So,
yeah, they reckon Hawthorn Dia in, Chol into Box Hill. So, or Brody reckons Chol when Lewis and Dia are back. So
could be. But talking about that game, let's bring up Johnny Carlton's banana of the week because this was also in the game.
All right. Johnny Carlton's banana of the week.
Johnny Carlton's Easter round 7 banana of the week goes to Bailey Smith.
Oh,
now look,
I saw that.
Look, I get it. Like last week, he put the rude finger up at the Crow supporters. I get it. Like that's they were saying shit, but you don't just chuck a ball right into the face. Like, come on, you've done that 2 weeks in a row, and then the crowd are giving it to you, and you're loving it. Like you're hyping the crowd up, and it's like, what are you doing, mate? You're gonna get into trouble. Like you're gonna get reported. You're gonna cost your team a goal. Like it's just not necessary. I thought it was just banana worthy and just. Yeah, it's just that is my banana of the week.
I'm gonna come in and go against this banana. All right. So, in my opinion, Johnny, like I know that you think it's a banana move, but this is what's missing from the game is the characters and the fun. Now, all right, he probably shouldn't have done that, but he's a larrikin man. He does funny stuff. People talk about him. The theatre. Footy used to be about theatre. It's not anymore. Everything's robotic. Everything's boring. It's fun to watch, man. If I was you, Mr. Bailey Smith, keep doing what you're doing because you are entertaining me when I'm watching it. So do it. As long as
I'm telling you right now, if he does it to one of the Carlton players this week, I'm going to give it to him. I'll make sure he'll hit me from the stand, mate.
That's right. So it gets you riled up, man. It's entertainment.
I'll make sure Bailey Smith hears me on fucking Sunday if he does something to my Carlton boys. I'll tell you mate.
It's kind of like last year when Rochelle was doing the teeth thing, right?
Yeah.
As bad as that was, it was still entertaining. It made the game like a must watch or like. It made it crazy to go there. Like that showdown last year was off the charts. Like not just on the field, but in the crowd, and it was entertaining, man. As much as it hurt the Port Adelaide supporters, it was entertaining. We need more of this theatre. That's what used to happen back in the 90s. That's what it was all about. All the players there was so much theatre involved. Now it's so robotic. I just think that sometimes you need that in the game, even though. Sometimes it's not like all right. The punch in the head with the ball, that's a bit silly. But the rude finger in that, it's nothing, man. It's like.
Oh look, I get it, but like, that's where like the fights have to come in. Like I love a bit of a punch.
Yeah, that's cool too, man. That is cool. Yeah. I like a bit of biff, man. 100%. Anyway.
All right, well, guys, that is your round 7 wrap. Round 7? Are we on round 7? Round 6 wrap. Now, before we move on to the next round, we got our annual HFD AFL tipping.
Oh, no.
And we'll go from the leaderboard. In first place, he's still retaining. He has not dropped. It's Jay Cromp on 35. Second, after a very good start, but a terrible mid-end, Johnny Carlton on 32. So he's 3 behind Jay Crump. I'm coming for you. In third place, after a horrible start, but a comeback at the end, Chris C is on 31, right behind me on 1. Now, King of the North, my friend, you had a terrible week. I've only tipped in 4. And
4.
with that, you are on 30, my friend. You are 1 behind Chris C, and now you are on the bottom of the tipping leaderboard. But you're 1 behind Chris C, so you have redemption this week, and it's still early season, mate. We've still got plenty of time to go. But right now, if the season has ended now, King of the North would be in a Melbourne Storm jersey, and it would be
That's a disgrace. I can't.
Oh, that's great. I might get one for him.
It would be funny to watch.
It would
be. Moving on, who's going to do the fixtures? Is King of the North going to do the fixtures, or are you going to get it up on your web, Chris C? What are you going to do?
I haven't got it in order, so one of you will have to do it. King of the North.
All right, let's go. Round 7.
What's the first game?
All right. Thursday night, it is Melbourne versus Richmond at the MCG, and it's 17th versus 15th. So what a clash this is going to be.
Anzac Day Eve. Wow.
Anzac Day Eve. Yep.
Okay, we'll go with you, Chris C. Who are you going?
All right,
Chris
so, this is a tough one, man, because Richmond's played so well. So did Melbourne. I'm gonna go. Oh, just one sec, guys. All right, sorry, TikTok had a malfunction. I'm gonna go Melbourne. Just think they've got. Yeah, I just think they're more experienced, and I think they'll get their second win of the season. I think last week was a against Freo was a big confidence booster, and guys like Cozzy Pickett, I don't think Richmond will have answers for. So, Melbourne for me.
King of the North.
Richmond for me for their 3rd win of the season.
Wow, mate.
Bang.
That could be a decider already. I'm going to go Melbourne too. I just think Melbourne just looked phenomenal on Saturday afternoon against Freo, so I'm going Melbourne too.
Put your tips in the chat, everybody, as well. And by how much?
J. Crom, I will get your tips during the week. So, J. Crom there. All right, King, next game, Friday, Anzac Day.
Friday. So we'll probably do a watch along on Thursday night. We'll do a watch along also on Anzac Day as well. It is going to be the Collingwood Magpies versus Essendon in the blockbuster at the MCG, and it's 1st against 11th.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Anzac Day games, Anzac Day, there's something special about Anzac Day. I don't know what it is. I know. Well, I do. It's the Anzac Day, but it's just I love it. It's my favorite time of year. I reckon it's the best. Round of the year. Like I just love Anzac Day round. Just love it. My favorite Guernsey is one of my that I've got, which is a player Guernsey. It's got the Anzac Day symbol. I love it. It's my favorite one. For this game, I'm going to go Collingwood. They're on fire. I think Houston comes back, plays in his first Anzac Day clash, and I think without Draper. Yeah, they're going to struggle, man. So Collingwood, it's going to be a blowout, I reckon. So, Collingwood for me.
King of the North?
Collingwood by 70.
70. Wow. Look, I will be leaving on Sydney in Friday morning, boys, so I won't watch a lot of footy this week. So next week's footy show you boys have to carry. Because I've got stuff to do in Sydney. But I will be watching this game in Sydney with my cousin who's Collingwood. And with that, I am going Collingwood as well. I just think they're too strong at the moment. But I don't think it'll be 70 points. I think it's Anzac Day. They're always close. So I think Collingwood will still contain this. But, Collingwood too good right now. So, yeah. All righty. Next game, King of the North.
Geez, do we do a double header on Friday night? It is Fremantle versus the Crows, 9th versus 5th at Optus over in Perth.
This one's interesting, man, because Freo is at home. Does Darcy, does Fogarty come back? Does Rochelle come back? Is big questions because they're pending a fitness test. I think the Crows, man. I think we're gonna see the lid off the Crows this week. I think they're gonna have their first win in WA against Fremantle. I'm going the Crows. I'm sorry, Freo. You've burnt me too much. So I just think you got too much firepower and you're going to be too much for the Dockers.
King of the North.
Yeah, they were really slow, and I don't know what's going on with Freo. So I'm going to stick with Adelaide as well by about 12 points.
Well, boys, I have gone the opposite. I'm back in the hometown, boys, and I'm going Freo for a comeback. I actually feel like they're gonna respond this week, and in front of their home crowd, I think they'll get the job done. So I reckon Shai Bolton's gonna have a rip of a game, and he'll win the medal at night. So Freo with the response, and hopefully I go one step closer on the tipping ladder than Jay Crom and Chris C, because I know they'll both be tipping Adelaide. So I'm going the Dockers.
All right.
All right, Saturday at 1:10, and these games are only on KO or Foxtel because Channel 7 doesn't do Saturday games. St Kilda versus the Lions at Marvel Stadium, 12 versus 2nd. And there we go, Chris C.
Both teams are going to want to bounce back. Which team will? I think the Lions will bounce back. So, I think the Lions will get the job done. And, me, I'm going Lions. I'm not sure how much. Maybe 20 points. It won't be that severe, but yeah.
King of the North.
Yeah, sorry, Sanger, but I think the Lions will get themselves back from last week's loss.
Oh, no.
Do I
no, what are you going to do?
Do I go it?
Oh, he's going to go Saints. Oh, here we go.
Do I go it? I can see them winning. I can see them winning. I can see it being a typical St Kilda win.
Go on, do it, man. Bite the bullet, bro. I mean, both teams have to come back. So which team comes back? You know? Who's more hungry? Both
Johnny
teams.
Carlton's bold call of the week.
Oh, my God. Hold on, man. Let me bring it up. All right, go.
Johnny Carlton's round 7 bold call of the week. St Kilda will beat Brisbane at Marvel Stadium.
Wow, that's a big call.
That's a bold call, my friend. That's a bold call.
That is a bold call. That's a massive bold call.
I could go down the tipping ladder, but I can see them winning. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bold call. All right, next one. I'll be at this game.
It is Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne at 4:10 at Adelaide Oval, 10th versus 16th.
I don't need to know Chris's tip. I already know that.
Yeah, Port Adelaide.
You don't
I don't know how
either.
much. I'm not sure. I think we should beat them comfortably, but just don't know, man. If we're asleep, then it's going to be issues. But Port by about 5 or 6 goals.
We're tipping North again, so I'm guessing he's going
That's
Port
right.
Adelaide.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm going Port Adelaide too. Beautiful. Next game.
7:30 Saturday, GWS Giants versus the Bulldogs. This is going to be a cracker. 4th versus 8th.
Where is it?
Is it in Canberra? Is it in
Manuka
Canberra?
Oval at Canberra. Yeah.
Canberra. Yeah.
Oh man, why is this the toughest game? Shit. Oh man, Bulldogs are so good. that Canberra. Does Hogan come back, Johnny?
That's what I want to know.
No Darcy as well. But there's Bontempelli, man. Man, he was good. But GWS aren't St Kilda. I'm going to flip a coin, man. Does anyone got a coin?
Just kidding.
I don't know. I'll go Bulldogs.
Wow.
Go Bulldogs.
He's got
I went
dogs.
last week.
King of the North.
I'm going to go Bulldogs as well for the upset.
Wow.
Johnny.
Well, boys, I'm sticking with the Orange Tsunami, boys. I feel like they're going to be too strong here. I'm going the Giants. I feel like, without Darcy, it's game changer. Going the Giants. Next game.
All right, Sunday, 1:15. It is the Gold Coast Suns versus Sydney. It's at People First Stadium in the Gold Coast. So the Suns are back at home.
This one's a pretty straightforward one. Gold Coast at home. They're going to bounce back after last week. Dimmer would be, smashing him at training. Not good enough. Sydney have still got their outs. So, Gold Coast for me by about 5 goals.
King of the North.
Gold Coast for me as well.
And I'm going Gold Coast as well. Now, I will be back in time for this game. I am going, so cannot wait. It's going to be a crack of a game. King of the North.
3:10 on Sunday, Carlton versus Geelong, and it's at the MCG. Big occasion, 13th versus 6th.
Oh.
Chris C. This could stuff the tipping ladder for sure, because I reckon I know who a lot of people are going.
Look, I gotta go Geelong just because they're on the top of the ladder. Carlton's
They're not on top of the ladder.
Whoa, they're near the top.
They're 6th.
Are they?
Yeah.
I just think they've done more than what Carlton have done, and I just think, but I could be proven wrong. Carlton could win this one, but I just think Geelong are going to be too strong. I just think they're a tad better. But last year, didn't Carlton beat Geelong last year?
No. Oh yeah, by 50-something points. Yeah.
So if that happens, it'll be so it'll be good for you, Johnny. But I'm tipping Geelong in this one.
King of the North.
I'm hoping that Carlton get the win, but my tip will be the Cats just because I think they're just a bit better all over the ground.
That's all right. Well, Harry's back, and we believe in Harry. And I feel like that's just going to be a different game changer with Harry and Charlie both in there. And Geelong don't have their tools back there. And I feel like we have the better deconing. And I feel like Tom's going to have a great game. And I feel like Georgie's going to be another superhero. And I'm backing my boys. And I think this is where Carlton proved that we're still a top 8 team. So go the freaking Baggers, and I will be there. I cannot wait.
Are you going to any games in Sydney?
No. There's no games. There's a Canberra game and a Gold Coast game. That's where the 2 Sydney teams are playing. So.
Yep. And last game of the round. Is it the last game?
Yeah.
Last game of the round is the Hawks versus West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium, 7th versus 18th.
Yeah, we all know who we're going here.
Yeah, the Hawks are going to be back in the winner's circle, unfortunately. But if West Coast do win, I will laugh my head off. So,
King of the North, Hawthorn.
Hawthorn for me.
Yeah, Hawks for me.
And we're all going Hawthorn. Beautiful.
Hawthorn? Yep.
Yeah, all Hawthorn.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the night. Before we go, is there any questions? Any questions?
Right, you said Dino had a question for me.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back. You did. I just got to go back and find it. Man, a lot of bloody. There's been a lot of messages here, man.
That's all right. It's all right.
All right. Question for the Carlton fans: how does it feel seeing Pies on top again?
Look, Collingwood are playing amazing footy. Like I'm not gonna fucking take it away. Like they have been playing amazing footy. As I said, I tipped them last week to beat Brisbane. Does it shit me that they're on top of the ladder? Of course it does. Like that's where Carlton is supposed to be, not fucking Collingwood. And do I see Collingwood slowing down? No, I don't. And it's freaking pissing me off. But hopefully this is where Carlton start to pull in their socks and start to come back as well. And hopefully we look, I would love to play Collingwood in a final. Would love to play Collingwood in a final. But only if Carlton is the winners out of that game, because I cannot lose to Collingwood in a final. So, look, it's terrible seeing Collingwood at the top of the ladder, but unfortunately it is what it is. So,
all right. Any more questions before we go? What is the panel's tipping scores? What are the scores, man? Someone missed them.
J. Crom 35. Johnny Carlton 32, Chris C 31, and King of the North 30.
All right. It is heating up.
It is.
It is heating up. So, J. Crom, make sure you get your tips in, man.
Yes, please do.
I reckon he's got more, if he doesn't come on the show, he's got more of an advantage because he can see the scenes.
Yeah.
Any more questions before we go, guys? Anything else? We'll give you 2 more minutes. Thanks for the hearts, Dusty. Any more questions?
Harvey saying I need to burn the hat and tell Chris that he said it as well. So
hey,
there we go. There's a lot of Hawthorn supporters that like me wearing the hat nowadays over on TikTok. So I'm on Lockie's team now. So
All right, here's a question: is Carroll a must trade in?
Is that J. Crom?
Yeah.
If Carroll could be back this week, if Carroll doesn't get dropped, then yes.
All right. How many weeks did the Hawks player get on the hit on who did he hit?
Who?
Oh yeah, that was bad. Probably 3.
Oh, Myers.
I believe more. 5 weeks, man. The guy got knocked out.
5 weeks, yeah. No, it was pretty bad. It was really bad.
If Houston got 5 weeks for hitting Rankin, what's that?
Yeah, true. Yeah. Is Oscar Allen leaving? Is another question. But yeah, but you reckon? Did he get? He got straight to the judiciary, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did Harley Reid get cited as well?
Not that I know
of.
No. Can Cox coach?
No.
Noel Bolter is him. He stopped Ben King to 1 goal. Thoughts?
Yeah, Noel Bolter played a good game, but now he's only a right.
He's bolting away now, mate. Any more questions? Anything else before we go?
Wrap it up, boys. Wrap it up. It's late. Wrap it up.
Can Voss coach? Well, he can, but...
Yes, he can. Have you not seen the last 2 games?
He can coach. But he... Is he the best coach? That's to be seen.
No. No.
Anyway, guys, that is a wrap for us. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Enjoy your Anzac Day long weekend coming up. Enjoy Sydney, Johnny Carlton. I hope you have a good time.
Thank you, my friend.
I will be in Melbourne the week after, so to meet up with you blokes. So it'd be good to meet up with you guys. But
we'll be
back next week. King of the North, what is your schedule this week for watch-alongs before we go?
Thursday night, Friday night, maybe not Saturday because I may have other arrangements, but definitely Sunday. There'll probably be a double header on Sunday. So if you haven't subscribed over on our HFD Footy YouTube channel, come across and hit the subscribe button. Come and hang out with us. We have a bit of a fun time. And, come and join us in the chat or watch along to especially Saturday. If I do a Saturday game, it's only on Foxtel and KO. So come and join us in there. But we'll have the notifications on, so we'll let you know when we're going live.
And Jason, you're dreaming, man. You're dreaming. 7-2 Hawks, no. Not happening. All right, guys. Well, as I
14
said,
likes
guys,
on YouTube tonight, so thank you very much for that. And thanks for everybody watching along over on YouTube as well. Thanks for coming in. The regulars are in there.
Yeah, thanks, guys, from YouTube. Thank you, everyone from TikTok. Thanks, Johnny Carlton, for hosting that show.
No worries, my friend.
And we'll be back next week, guys. So take care, spike the hair. Last words?
Stay hunky.
Hey, hunky.
On the pick. No. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.